Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks bringing you the daily Apple report for Friday, July 28th, 2023. Before I click through all the charts, I just want to encourage you to, of course, please click like if you haven't already. Please become a Wicked Stocks YouTube channel subscriber and please share the content with friends and colleagues. Also, please check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the daily Apple report. Daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as two individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to both the 3 to 5 day swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor, always looking for 20% swings on those underlying stock picks. We also have a 5-day free trial that is part of the subscription. So after signing up, if you don't like what you see after 5 days, you can bow out, cancel your subscription at no cost to you whatsoever. So check out wickedstocks.com. Let's jump to the chart. Just a reminder that several months ago, we settled above the 169.34 long-term channel top that set off a long-term buy signal, anticipating 223.27, possibly by the end of the year. I'll still hold to 3 to 5 months from now as things stand, but we look to be approaching support, I think. Let me jump to, let's see, what chart do I want to show here? I'm going to jump to this one, because this is kind of the day itself. 193.82 is our intraday resistance, assuming we open below it. We settled just below this channel bottom. It's been an intraday level all along. And if we open below it, the sell-off that occurred on Thursday afternoon can still continue down to 190.37, and I'll get to that in a moment. But if we push or open above 193.82, we still have 195.10 to reckon with, if you will. Now, we certainly opened above that point on Thursday, but came falling back below. So we did not close above 195.10, and that is the high settlement price thus far for Apple, an all-time high settlement price actually. And in fact, several days later, we've got the spike low. It's not really a spike low, but it is the low, and that high is very similar to 195.10. So I'm not comfortable playing the long side into next week unless we close above 195.10. Unless, of course, long side means we dip to long-term support, longer-term support, I should say, at 190.37 today. And 190.37, there's a lot going on in the 190 handle today. We also have 190.66, this 3-week channel bottom. And we also have 190.79, this 4-month channel bottom. So we've really sort of summarized it as 190.37, a short-term channel bottom. That is the slippage factor below 190.79. But it begins at 190.79, and it's really sort of pick your point between 190.37 and 190.79. This area, as I've been saying, can absorb selling through August trade, given the longer-term buy signal that remains in effect. And once tested, you can say that once we test 190.79, we can round back up to the 203.10 channel top within 2 to 3 weeks or so of doing so. We can, as I've been saying now for some time, trade inside this band, this channel band, well into August trade. Now, if we do close today below 190.37, and your time horizon is 2 to 3 to 5 weeks, no good reason to be long. Play the short side if you're comfortable with that. If we close below 190.37, you may consider buying 176 or 180 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a month. I think it would take probably 2 or 3 weeks to reach this rising support region where you would take profits and then presumably reach for out of the money calls, cover that at that point in time. But this formation, rising channel bottom and combination 1/3 speed line, able to absorb selling through August. And from here, we can push on to new highs once we test this lower area. And once again, I don't expect to see it unless we were to close today below 190.37. Until then, the 190 handle is loaded with support that may well contain selling, through August trade, as I say, and above which, or once tested, this low 200 channel top in reach then within 2 to 3 weeks. Once again, it would be a settlement today above 195.10 that would skew this market to the upside. If we close today above 195.10, I do think that 203.10 formation would be in reach by the end of next week with present volatility, 201.70 up to 203.10, able to absorb buying on a weekly basis And if we were to close above that 203.10 formation, then we have a 2 to 3 week secondary buy signal up to 215.02, which, as I've been saying, by later August actually converges with that long-term targeted long-term channel top at 223.27. So there is a case to be made, as I've been saying. I don't know why I'm wasting my breath on it right now, but if we were by the end of next week or over the next week or two to close above 203.10, you could prepare for that objective, that longer term objective at 223.27. In other words, were we to close above the 203.10 formation as it climbs through time, you could reach for 222, 225 out of the money calls that don't expire for at least a month. I'd go a couple of months out on that. Until then, I think I've pretty well laid it out. Bottom picking in the low 190s, the 190 handle, 190.37 to 190.79. From here, we can push into the 203 area within 2 to 3 weeks and quite possibly on into that 220 long-term resistance area within a couple of months of testing this low 190s. If we close below 190.37, all bets are off as we move into later August. We should, over the following 3 to 5 weeks, continue south to that 175.95 to 178.31 region. I think that pretty much summarizes it for Friday's Apple. I'll be back Sunday afternoon, of course, with Mondays. You have a great weekend, and check out wickedstocks.com.